Hello, it's Yuni here and welcome back to another video on Blue Protocol Star Resonance. These are the things that you must do when you first start off in Blue Protocol to get stronger and to not be left behind as an F2P player. Disclaimer, I'm only a beta player of 8 days. I haven't played in the Chinese server, so this is just my opinion from the 8 days that I have playing and the things that I've learned. Also from someone that literally doesn't read and I skip through everything. And I also am not as social as people think, so I don't really ask questions. Hopefully this video will help you guys. If you guys are also introverted, you don't read and you don't really know how to ask or where to ask. In my experience as a beta player, I made 2 characters because in every game I always do for some reason. So this one that you're seeing here, this here is the character that I've played for 8 days. And then this one was the one that I played for 3 days as pure F2P. And so this is where I'm going to show you guys how I got to, level 55 with the ability score, which is like your character score, literally almost the same or comparable to my main character, only after 3 days of play versus 8 days of play. Tip number 1 is to literally do your main quest. I know when it comes to MMORPGs, the first thing that I thought of to level up is just to grind mobs, just to mindlessly grind mobs because that will give you EXP. I didn't realize, no, that actually barely gives you any EXP. What you want to do is to follow your main quest. Your main quest will usually show up here and it's in like a red color, so it's very urgent, very much like in your face. Do them. There's a very good chance when this game releases, it may be time gated. That's what they did to us. So in the first day, you can only do like, up to 20 levels and then 30 and then so forth. And now we just got to level 60. There's a very good chance that things will get time gated. And if that's the case, then the first thing you want to do is to level up. The best thing about the main quest is that it doesn't really have much of a gear requirement. I was fighting bosses and my HP was literally like at the lowest 1% and I still didn't die. So you have plot armor as a main character in the main quest, so you are okay. So that's tip number 1. Do your main quest, do as much as you can of it, just so you can get your level up. If you want more levels though, you have this thing called Season Hub, which is almost the same as like your monthly passes, your welcome moons and all that. In here, you also get EXP. So if you do these quests and you collect this would then increase your season pass, and then your season pass, this is a pure F2P season pass, this will give you EXP. It'll give you a chunk of EXP. So I leveled up so much just by like completing the activity modes to then get the season pass up to get my EXP. Now that you have the EXP all done and you are at a good level, you'd be thinking, well, what else can you do? Well, obviously you want to increase your ability score, which is your overall character score, and some of the dungeons in the end, they will have a requirement. So you see how this is like ability score has to be 6,000. The difficult version is 8,000. And so you'd be thinking, how do you refine your gears? Well, so to refine your gears, you're going to go to the gear workshop, which is around the Artisan Guild here. So you come over to here and you're going to talk to Maxim. So this guy is the gear enhanced artisan. He also does reforging, he does gem embedding and dismantling. So it does everything. Click on refine. This is where you can increase your gears. Now, if you're like me and you've played all MMORPGs, you'd be thinking, ooh, this gear is probably not the best gear. I don't want to waste my refines on it. I'm going to wait until I farm something better. However, it's a bit different here. They've split this between reforging and refining. When it comes to reforging, you are actually refining the stats within the piece of gear itself. Now, when you are refining, you are actually just refining that category. I'll show you what I mean. So in here, for example, I have the helmet refined at level 4, right? And this is the gold helmet. Now, I'm going to switch that gold gear to this purple piece. And if I switch to this purple piece, you would think, oh, I probably lose that +4 refinement, right? I do not. I didn't know about this. I literally did not know about this because I don't read. And so I was just waiting. I was waiting to get a good piece of gear before I came here to refine. So my ability score was always very low until I realized, hold up, this section is not refining that specific gear. It's just refining the overall category. So you can wear whatever you want and that piece of gear will still be refinement level 4. So if I'm going to refine this, I'm going to do it right now. It's going to go to refinement level 5, right? And then I'm going to switch it out for the gold piece. The gold piece should technically be refinement level 4, but that's not correct because the category is already level 5. So now if I come back to this Maxim dude, wow, amazing, right? Like, this blew my mind. For veteran players, you guys will probably be like, yeah, this is nothing new, but to me, this blew my mind because it means that it doesn't matter what gears you have, even if you have, like, you know, green gear, the starting gear, just refine. Literally just keep upping your refinement levels because that will help you with your ability score. Now, when you find a piece that you really like, that's where you go to reforge, because reforging will actively increase the stats within that piece of gear only. So for example, this is the combat wear that I like. It's got the stats that I want, and so I add in the forging material, which is all farmable, and I can show you guys how to get these materials, but you just click on that, and as you can see, that reforged the gear itself and it increased or changed some of the stats. And this is where too long didn't listen, didn't read. Reforging is for the specific items. Refining is for the overall category. So you want to refine as high as you can. And then reforging is where you find the piece that you like, then you increase the stats. Both of these would 100% increase on your ability score. And as an F2P player, this is very important because the higher your ability score, the more you would be invited into dungeon runs and the easier it is to clear things. So those two are very important. The main thing to get out of this entire video is do your refining. Do your refining. Don't wait for the perfect piece of gear to do it. Just do it. Now, speaking of gears though, you'd be wondering, okay, how am I gonna farm for any of these good gears? You see, I have some gold gears. I have a ton of this. And then some of them I don't have gold. So it's like, how do I get these items? Initially, when you first start, you might want to come to this guy, Harvey. He would help you forge the level 40 purples. And you can get these by collecting these alloy shards. And then to get them, you just fight the world bosses, which are very easy to do because a lot of people will be doing them anyways. Another way to increase your ability score is to level up your skills, duh. But how would you level them up? There's actually two ways of doing this. One is literally just to upgrade the level of the skill, and then the advancement. The advancement is where you need to get your books. Now, how do you get your books? You click onto this and it'll tell you the main thing that you really want to do is to use your honor coins, which are completely free. They are farmable, and you want to buy these weekly books. There's 25 books here. Now, another way to actually get the gears is through boss drops. So bosses, you can find them in Monster Hunt, and then you have your regular mobs, you've got your elites, and then you've got your world bosses. World bosses are easy to farm because a lot of people will be farming them, so you just have to keep an eye out on your world chat and then just go there. Every day you will get 2 boss drop keys, and so those keys are what you use to open up the special chests. I have never gotten a gold gear from those chests. I've only actually got my gold gear from the drops themselves. So even if you ran out of keys, don't worry, just go and farm. There's a very good chance you can get some legendary items just from the bosses themselves. And so definitely do your world boss runs. So you see people here, for example, Venno, line 2. Like, what does Venno mean? So you can go into your Monster Hunt, go here, Venno, where is Venno? Venno, oh, this guy, okay. And so you can track it, then it'll tell you where it is, and then you can navigate, and it'll teleport you there. And then when they say line 2, that's channel 2, so I'm gonna go to channel 2, and now I'm just gonna AFK. And now I'm just gonna fight the boss with them, and then hopefully I get a good drop. Let's go here. And you see how people die here? They can just get rezzed. So I'll show you now. Whack on my character. I really love the boss farming only because like I'm not in anyone's team. I am literally by myself. But you see how my character's getting healed? That's from the other healers around me. So you still get heals and maybe even buffs from other characters that are not even in your team. So for someone like myself who is pretty much like a solo player, I'm a solo player, but I still love the MMO aspect. I really like this game. I think it kind of just satisfied my curiosity and need to be next to people, but not actually interact with them. So like, yay for me, yay for the introverted side. Wow, Sam. Guys. No way! Oh, that's so cool. I got one. That's so silly. I was very lucky. Okay, so as you can see, this is the boss chest. There's a lot of players, so even though I might be like super undergeared or I'm an F2P player, I can still participate in this. It's really, really fun. Now, I'll show you guys what I received. So from the actual boss, I actually got some earrings. Not too bad. Didn't get any gold or anything. So I'm gonna try and open this. Oh, I did get gold, but not gear. I get gold, but not gear. But like these are the items that you can get, and then that's it. Normally, people would go for like a different line, and they'll also farm that. Or if you don't want to farm this boss because like, oh, it's not giving me anything good, then you can farm something else. Here we have Storm Goblin line 1, and so you can go there to pretty much farm and farm and farm. So this is the main grinding that you would do in game. The more bosses that you grind, the more rewards that you get as well. So because I fought him for the first time, I actually got some orbs, I got some currencies, and then I've also got some ears. Another thing to do as a new player, and don't be afraid to do it, is to run your dungeons. So here in this area, the Unit X research facility, these are where your daily dungeons are. So you have this one called the Unstable Space. This is where you can actually farm the alloys, and you can also farm the reforged stones. You get 2 attempts a day, so definitely farm them. If you don't have a team, no worries, you can actually do it solo, and you just get some NPCs that will help you out. So they're really easy to do. Definitely do them, don't be afraid. And then another thing to do when you're starting out is your goblin nest. So if you do normal difficulty, you'll get purples and blues. If you do difficult difficulty, then you actually get some gold drops and some purples. Gold is still RNG, so it's not guaranteed. Definitely do these because this is where you're going to help yourself gear up. Don't be afraid to do them. It's not too difficult. The mechanics of the dungeons is not that hard, so I'll make a video about these for you guys. Hyenas as well. This is where it gets a little bit more difficult. It requires a bit more ability score, and this is where the ability scores are important, so you do want to keep increasing it. This is where you can farm like your helmets and your weapons. So don't ever be afraid to try these dungeons. I was too terrified to try them initially because I'm like, oh, I'm too weak for it. And so I was pretty much like keeping myself back. Whereas like I could have just done it, learn from it, and then, you know, if I finish it, great. If I don't, that's fine. At least you learn, right? You want to try. And one very important thing that I have yet to mention, and is the last point of this video, is to utilize your life skills, okay? So your life skills are here, and this is where you have all these life skills that you can do. You can unlock them all if you want to, which is what I actually did with my first character, but it did not help because I didn't know what to do. I unlocked everything, but I didn't know what I was doing. And there were so many things, and became so confusing. So if you're an F2P player and you just literally don't know what to do with life skill, I would say pick 3, and this is mineralogy, artisanry, and smelting. So all of this actually intertwines together. So with smelting, this is where you can actually get the items you need to refine your gears, to level them up, to level that category up. In order to make these items, you're going to need to be able to farm for them, which is the mineralogy. So you're going to be digging some rocks. And then you also need to have this burning powder, which is found in artisanry. So that's why these 3 work together. And so in this second character that I have, I only opened these because I want to specifically focus on these items, make sure that I can actually push my gears to a high enough refinement level that I have a good ability score. Now, just a very quick tip about the life skills is that you do need to use stamina for all of this, so don't waste it. That's why I'm saying don't waste it, and don't waste your life skill mastery points, because these are what allows you to unlock the skill. So as you can see right now, I don't have the skills to mine the lunar ore, which means I actually cannot make this sort of refinement stone, but that is okay because I can slowly get through it. And to get these mastery points, you actually just have to spend stamina. So don't waste your stamina when you first start. Get these 3 so that you can be making your own refinement materials. And then if you don't need to use it, you can sell it, because selling this is gonna make you like good amount of money. So if we go, for example, to the trade center, I can sell one of this for 2,000 or like 1,000. I can even sell rocks if I wanted to. And so the whales will definitely be buying your materials. So this is where, as an F2P player, it really does help. And this is how I find this game very, very fun for F2P players, because you can do everything yourself. You just kind of have to focus. And if you don't read, then just watch my video again. If you don't like to read and there's just too much overwhelming stuff, feel free to rewatch this video. I am going to be making more videos like this. I want to show you guys how to do like the Tina dungeon runs, the Goblin dungeon runs, because there are some mechanics to it. It is not difficult, but for somebody who went in without knowing what to do, wiping the squad multiple times, yeah, I thought I would make a video for you guys. I just literally did not read the mechanics of the dungeon, so hopefully you guys don't make the same mistakes as me. I really hope that you guys find this video helpful. It is really aimed for the newbies, because I myself am a newbie, and so this is the things that I have learned in my 8 days of gameplay. I can't believe I actually got the hat. This is so silly looking. But yeah, my character is 100% F2P, and my ability score after 3 days of playing is almost comparable to my pay to win or pay to fashion character who I've played for 8 days. So if you guys find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below if there's anything you want to ask about the game, any burning questions that you guys have, put them in the comments below and I'll go through them and answer them. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!